Thanks, grace of heaven, virtues of masters, grand predecessors, lectures, transmitter lectures, and everyone here to give me this chance to learn to speak of today's topic, how to maintain a healthy living. Um, so I'm just gonna gather everything that I know, and it's very basic, so so bear with me. Okay. Um, Introduction, I think healthy living is the mind is very important. So we should maintain a calm and tranquil heart and minds. Become a vegetarian or vegan and exercise and eliminate some of the harmful cleaning products. So when we get angry, we tend to, burn up, tremble with fears, feel choked up with sadness, and our stomach churns with revulsion. Uh, Scientists believe that the impact of stress, especially chronic stress, on the human body greatly increase the risk of developing a variety of disease such as asthma, arthritis, cancer, hypertension, heart disease, migraine headaches, strokes, and ulcers. So our mind is very important. Just like this week, I had to do so much things in the temple, so I was very stressed out, and I have to find a way to calm myself down, which is kind of doing housework. And yeah, and do other stuff. Um, so everything is created from our minds. We can look just like this picture. We can look at it. Some people hate winter. I used to, but I don't mind right now. You just shift your thoughts. You can see the beauty of the winter or the beauty in the spring. Yeah, I tend to think negatively. It's like summer I had to mow the lawns, and the winter I had to shovel my driveways. But last few times, I find it pretty cool shoveling my driveways, and my kids love helping me, so they help me shovel too, and they had a lot of fun. Yeah. So a positive thoughts generate positive feelings and attract positive life experience. So, like Ashley said, like attracts likes. So when we think positive, I think everything around us, it will attract a lot of good stuff. Yeah. And we can choose to see whether the water is half full or half empty. It's all depend on us. Therefore, we can choose to be optimistic or pessimistic. So there was a couple years ago, there was a distant relative, and she found out she had a cancer. I think it's like early stage, but she couldn't handle it, and she was so stressed, and she passed away within a week. So it's we should, I guess, calm our heart and minds and see everything. Don't put all that stress in our hearts. Yeah. So maybe she have a chance, or she can. I also have a relative. She was diagnosed with cancer, and the doctor gave her 6 months, but she was able to live 7 years, and she was. I think most of the time she was vegetarian, and she watched what she eats. So that was amazing. Yeah. And so we should cut out our negative thoughts such as jealousies, anxiety, and fears. Harbor a kind, loving heart, and get rid of three evils: anger, greed, anger, and ignorance. Saint Buddha say they are the three roots for the underworld. So if we don't get rid of these three evils, and we might reincarnate in the three lower realms, which is hungry ghosts, animals, and underworld. Yeah. And so we need to recharge our positive energy by, which I kind of do, by practicing letting go of all affinities and do not let a single thought arise, just for a couple of seconds, I guess. Yeah, because I have 3 kids, so they're a handful. And like, if they don't have school, they will be mommy all day long. So I was just like, Kevin, stop. I need some moments. Yeah. So and we should learn to eat healthy food. Becoming a vegetarian, eating a balanced variety of vegan vegetarian foods is, it will help us body cultivate with stress and everything. So variety of vegetarian, a lot of people think like eating vegetarians is not healthy, and you'll be weak and you will malnutritious. And my kids and I has been vegetarians for like, I don't know, 5 years now, and look at Kevin. He's getting bigger. Why not? Yeah. So, we can eat, more grains, different kind of grains, seeds like chia seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds. They're all really good for us. Beans, different kind of beans, and varieties of vegetables and fruits. So every day we should incorporate all these stuff in our meal. Yeah. So eating all these variety of fruits and vegetables and beans and seeds, it's enough. It will exceed the recommended daily intake of vitamins and nutritions, right? And so where is the source of the meat come from? Okay, most people think meat is a meat if they never thought that meat is once an animal. Just like animals has feelings too. Just like last week, Virginia mentioned about this Molenda, right? The bird, the crane. Yeah. They have feelings, and he would travel, to the south, fly 5,000 miles, and then come back. So it's like over 10,000 miles every year just to meet with his girlfriend, right? Yeah. So they have feelings too, and I think last summer I went to the camp with my kids, the 弟子规 camp, and nearby that camp there is a animal farm, and this monk took us to visit the animals, and there was a lot of cows there, and those cows they were male cows because they want to keep the female cows, and then male cows will be killed after 2 years, after they bought them. And then all these cows, the monk told us that all these cows knows that they're going to be killed in 2 years. And the monk went to talk to them almost every day. And the day that he brought us to visit those cows, and other members too. And then the other members told them don't do bad things in their next life, and then try to. And then they also have a sutras to listen to too. So after we talked to them, and then a lot of cows start crying, like the actual tears coming out from their face. So they have feelings too. Yeah. And then so of course when we kill these animals, they're not happy to be killed, right? And then so all that hatred will be stay in their body, and then it will become a poison. So when we're eating these meat, it's like eating poison. And they have tons of growth hormones, and antibiotics, right? So in the natural growth up here, that's the natural growth of cow. But here, the lower picture is the factory with the antibiotic and growth hormones. Yeah. And then in the old days, I think it takes about 86 days to get a chicken full grown size. But nowadays they have this expedient way, hormones and antibiotics. It only takes 48 days, and I think their bone is not even strong yet. They can't even stand straight, you know, and then they're already killed. Yeah, yeah. So here, I mean, I don't know if you can see it. Like antibiotic given to farm animals promote growth and prevent disease, and then the second one, antibiotic protect animals against known strain bacteria infections. Mutate from the bacteria resist antibiotic, contaminate meats, and then it goes to the human eat it, and then over time we will become resist to that antibiotic. So when we get sick and then we go to the doctors, because we have so much of those antibiotics in our body, then that when our doctors prescribe us more antibiotic, it will not work anymore. Yeah. So stay away from meat. Here is just some disadvantage of eating meat. You know, even though like if we don't buy organic vegetables, they still have some harmful chemicals. But eating a meat, it has like 13 to 40 more harmful chemicals than vegetables. And then it's the cause of the type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and because they all takes longer to come out of our body, right? Yeah. And so where do our body go after we pass away?
Back to the earth.
The burial ground, right? And then, so where do animals go when they die? Yeah. So we don't want to be our stomach to be animals' burial ground, right? Yeah. I mean, do anybody want to go to the burial ground at nighttime? So it's a similar concept, you know. Spiritually, this is spiritually. It's by becoming a vegetarian, we can stop creating more karmas in that aspect. And animals, Saint Buddha is telling us that animals were our past life relatives. You know, they could be our past life brothers, sisters, parents, you know, friends. And then, so even though they have different forms, however, they have same Buddha nature as us, you know. So that's why it says Saint Buddha sees all the sentient beings as their equal. Only difference is that we are lost Buddhas. Saint Buddhas are the enlightened sentient beings, right? And physically, you know, becoming a vegetarian will increase our immunity, right? Lower cholesterol levels, lower intake of saturated fats, more vital nutrition, lower blood pressures and chance of getting strokes, decreased risk of cancers, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Just recently, I saw this on the YouTube that this doctor was talking about why becoming a vegetarian, and he said that so this guy has a 三高, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and high glucose, right? Sugar, right? So, and somehow he got in trouble with the law, and then he went to the jail. And then in the jail, there was no meat to eat. And he was basically vegetarian. And after half year of becoming a vegetarian, he came, and then he got a checkup, and then he didn't have all that anymore. So, yeah. Yeah, and then, you know, you can live a longer, better quality of life. Environmentally, you know, lifestyle has a major impact of global warmings. About 5 million acres of rainforest are cut down every year in South and Central America alone to create the cattle pasture, right? Farm animals in the U.S. annually produce roughly 10 times the waste produced by the human populations. And global meat production is projected to be more than double from 1999 to 2050. Yeah. So a kilogram of beef is equivalent to amount of carbon dioxide emitted by the average European car every 250 kilometers. Yeah. And burn enough energy to light a 100-watt bulb for nearly 20 days. Yeah. And to produce a pound of beef, it's too loud. 2,500 gallons of water. 12 pounds of grain, 35 pounds of topsoil, and energy equivalent of 1 gallon of gasoline. So we basically waste a lot of resources just to feed 1 pound of beef. And if we stop, feeding these animals, and we can, I think the world will not go hungry, no matter which part of the world. Yeah. So Albert Einstein's quote said that nothing will benefit human health and increase the chance of survival of life on Earth such as much as the evolution to a vegetarian diet. Yeah. So he said that in 1921. So almost 100 years ago. And here is just some of the ingredients to avoid: white sugar, preservative, artificial food colors. Oh, go back. And flavor enhancer. I think it's like, MSGs or 蘑菇精. How do you call 蘑菇精?
Mushroom extract.
Yeah. So the study have showed that if you take out all these ingredients in there, they did a study, and just one meal, they can the children's grades can improve, like, noticeably. Yeah. So here's like disadvantage of the white sugars, because they extract all these. The purpose of white sugar is just to look good, and they also took out all the nutrients in there. It's fed the harmful bacteria in the mouth, caused tooth decays, no essential nutrients, led to fatty liver and other serious problems, resistance of hormone insulin, which can contribute to many diseases. Yeah. And here is some of the side effects of preservatives in food: headaches, asthma, skin rash, palpitations, allergies, and cancer. Yeah. And here is that if you have a watermelon, and after 80 days it will become like this, and then for preservative, or McDonald's, after 180 days, it still looks really good. Even the bacteria is really, didn't really want to eat it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it was like many years ago, I heard the story that if you left a French fry on the table for 2 years, and it still doesn't go bad. So I freaked out. Before, my kids would go to McDonald's and, buy some French fries. So I stopped. I freaked out. Yeah. And the danger of artificial food color. A lot of processed food like cookies and chips and has the food color in there. So I will read the labels, and even though the color looks white, but they still add some food color in there. So I will definitely read the labels. It's really bad for the kids' brain development. Hyperactive, asthma, ADHD, allergy reactions, and tumor growth. The,
Attention,
yeah.
attention deficit, hypertension,
yeah.
high,
So, kids with ADHD, they should definitely stay away from all these four ingredients. Here is the symptoms for flavor enhanced migraines, asthma, fatigue, depressions, insomnia, shakes, dehydrations, brain fogs, headaches, nausea, dizziness, numbness, heart palpitations, skin rashes. So in the old days, I love eating the instant noodles. Yeah, I would use the sauce, and then it tastes really good. But after I finish eating it, I feel like throwing up, and every single time I felt like that. And later I realized what's wrong with it. Yeah, because it has all those ingredients in there.
And those are all artificial.
Yes.
There's a YouTube video that shows that all of this are made from chemicals, and they could taste exactly like the real thing.
Yeah, they use the powders to mix together and makes it taste like beef, chicken, shrimp, seafood, and all these stuff. And they use the different colors to make it looks like it. Yeah, and most of the beverage has these ingredients. Like I said earlier, that study shows that if you take out of these ingredients, it will improve the attention deficit hyperactive disorder. If you see the kids, couldn't stop moving around, don't give them these stuff. Yeah. I have cut out sodas like since when they were really little. Yeah. Decreased risk of suicide and improved grades. Yeah, so what I want to say, a lot of drink, it's not just the soda, it's like a lot of drinks has a food color, has preservatives, has, flavor enhanced, and then sugar, a lot of sugar, white sugar. And white sugar is really bad for us.
Besides the soda, it's all the chips and so forth to get in bags. You should not eat them because it's the same thing.
Those are like a food addiction, so the more you eat, the more you want them, and then the sicker you get. Yeah.
And also you should avoid the diet cola, because they use the sweetener, not the sugar.
I found that I know in growing up in school, I found a lot of teachers. My teachers were eating Diet Cokes, and they were shaked. Their hands were shaked. Yeah.
It's worse than sugar. It's like what you call it. When you have low blood count.
Yeah.
That's why they shake.
Well, Kai discovered a sweetener, not a sweetener, a natural sugar with no
stevia.
calories. It's called stevia. It's more expensive in the supermarket, but it's healthier for you. It's made from plants. Stevia is from a plant source. No calories, and it's sweet.
Yeah.
But don't think that.
It's got a little special taste to it.
Now it proves also very harmful.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
3
it's not.
times, 300 times sweeter than sugar.
Yeah.
What is
It's
that?
It's very
natural.
sweet. It's very sweet. I mean, it's
Yeah. Now every soda drink now use that instead of sugar.
Oh, probably
And China is the major producer of that.
everything comes from China.
Yeah.
It's natural, like you
Yeah,
said, it's
sweetener.
made it from plant. Basically made it from corn grain. Well, we just learned it now, it's not, it's as bad, maybe worse than sugar. What
Isn't
much
that
in it.
glucose or what
No,
do you call
no,
that?
glucose is not the 3 times, not the
yeah. Basically,
This is
yeah.
300 times.
It's a form of
sweeter
sugar
than
that's very sweet, so they don't have to use as much. But the problem is people think that you eat this and it's like you don't get calories, but then you eat more of the stuff. You eat more of it, and then you still have a problem.
Yeah. So I would train I always train myself my kids to drink waters. And a glass of water is really good for our body because our body is made out of 70%, over 70% of water. So I trained my kids and myself. I didn't like to drink water when I was younger. Like when I was yeah. So I would drink like less than 1 cup of water when I was younger. But I realized that how good the water is for us, and so I would train my kids, and so a glass of water is good. A purified water is even better, and purified boiled water is the best. So, yeah, and I have this, purified water, so all my kids can reach to it. So they all can, get a little bit of water and boil it up, and then mix the two, and then have drink warm waters. And they don't ask, because I visit other families, and they got so used to drinking sodas, and they will constantly ask for sodas or juice, which is very bad for their body, and their parents doesn't even know it. Yeah. And
about the water, why it's important to drink the water warm, because inside our body is the temperature. And every time you drink cold, anything that is cold, it breaks down the temperature in our body, and that at that particular time, a disease can, if you had anything like any chemicals, the disease can form easier. But once you drink it with warm water, it helps to take whatever is impure out of the body.
And for women, it's especially more very important to drink warm water, because if we drink anything cold, then it will shut our uterus, and then it's just. I one time I forgot. I normally drink warm stuff, and then I bought this cranberry juice for Alexis, because she has some. I thought it will help her with her digestion system, and but they won't drink it, so I decide to drink it. And that was 2 weeks before my woman thingy, and because I drink that, I got like really bad stomach cramps, and so I will stay away from anything cold stuff. Yeah.
So would it be okay if you heat it up?
Yeah, and later I just mix it with the hot water. That's how I drink it now. Yeah. Yeah. So exercise is very important. It's if we coop out in the house all day long, we need to walk off that negative energies. So Saint Buddha say, walking 30 minutes to an hour each day will reduce a lot of disease and sickness. And it will regulate stress and anxiety, release feelings of depression, build muscles and strong bones, help prevent osteoporosis, reduce feeling of fatigue, increase level of energy, improve brain function, and protect memories and thinking skill. Which is like it stimulate the production of the hormones that can enhance the growth of brain cells. And it help us relaxation and sleep better. Yeah, if I go out to take a walk, 30 to an hour, I would be snoozing. Yeah, I will fall asleep right away at night time. Yeah, so and around the time when I have Vivian, and she has asthma, when she has a cold, she will have a wheezing problem, and later I found out that it's like on the talk show, the Oprah talk shows, like a lot of home cleaning products is very harmful for asthmas. Myself, every time, I didn't know why, but every time I use those products, I would get like sore throats, and my head would heat up, and I would feel like throwing up. So I at home I tend not to use any of those harmful products. So it causes asthma, cancers, reproductive disorders, hormone destructions, and neurotoxicity. So I will use all these natural products at home for cleaning. For multi-purpose, I will mix, like get a spraying bottle, and then fill up the half bottle with water, and then add some vinegars and alcohols and few drop of detergents, and that's how I clean glasses, countertops, everywhere, except wood. You just use oils. So this is how I would do it, and I would like recently I found out like citrus skins are really good. So I would peel out all these orange and lemon skins and put it in the vinegar, and then use that in the future cleaning for everything. Yeah. Even like bathrooms, so you can just use baking sodas or vinegars to clean the bathroom, and because they were saying that even though there's bacteria, like the sponge has a lot of bacteria, and but a lot of time our body can take care of it. But if we use those harmful cleaning products, it'll be hard for our body. That our body might not able to handle it. And environmentally, if these products, if we pour down to our sink, and then if it doesn't get treated, it will eventually end up in the ocean, which is bad for all the sea creatures. Yeah.
One thing about baking soda, once you mix it with water or anything, you have to probably leave the container open, because after a while it's going to sort of create the gas, and it will explode and mess the whole place up. So once you do it, leave it open the bottom so that gas will not come up.
And it is more economical. So when Vivian is like, she go to visiting other people's or her dad's place, and she will ask me how for that cleaning products, and then I taught her, and then she's like bringing there every day to just for cleaning stuff. Yeah. So okay. So this ends my conclusion to today's presentation. If I have said anything wrong, I ask Saint Buddha's for forgiveness and everybody's correction.